All right, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 examples of people, individuals who, for lack of a better word, I don't know, it's either the values are there, I don't know. I leave it to for you to decide. Okay, should they be judged? Should they not be judged? What do you think? Okay, and I'm not targeting any particular nationality. I'm giving you individual cases. So in case you hear Indian or Pakistani or Thai, oh, how dare you talk? I'm just talking of that particular individual. As always, I'll not give you their names or their identities. Okay, the first one is a, a Thai lady that I know here. Um, we exchange pleasantries here and there. And one day I found out that she has a boyfriend, which was perfectly fine because I'm married. I like her, but not like her so much that I'm interested to have an affair, but I always found her attractive. So she had a boyfriend, and also she has a kid. So I used to always respect her, and I used to always support her in terms of her business. She has a small little business. So I'd always go there, and even though she was slightly priced higher than others, I would always go and buy from her. And everything was going fine until one day I just decided to say hi, and because that guy was there, so I said hi. He was a foreigner, and she's Thai, and I said, hey, hi, how are you, and all that. And so she introduced me and say, oh, I love this girl, and kissed her on the cheek, and I was like, perfectly fine, okay. So I told her, get married, have children, and I told her she is a very good woman. Okay. So this went on for a couple of days. One day when I went there, I saw her, and I saw another guy, another foreigner, and at first I was like, who the hell is this? So I just said hi to her. She tried to look down. She said hi because she knew that I saw. And then I went. And then when I came back, again she was there, selling her stuff. And by the time this guy has already hugged her from behind and is kissing her on the cheek and neck, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I just kept quiet, acted like I didn't see, walked off. I'm pretty sure she knew that I saw. Okay. Now, if that was what it stayed at, I wouldn't have a problem. Today, after many weeks, I've seen her in a restaurant with another guy. And I, always like to check out new restaurants. So this was a new joint. And obviously they display some of their, pies and cakes and this and that. So I was very curious. So I just went there, and to my shock and surprise, I saw her sitting there. So I was like wondering, what is she doing here? And lo and behold, she was with another guy. And this time he was like fat and old, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And she walked up, and I was wondering, what is she doing? And she was like, hey, this cake is this thing, this is that. And I was wondering, why the hell is she telling me all this? And then the fat guy, he stood up, he walked to me, hi, how are you? And he spoke good English, and I said, hi. So he said, what would you like? I said, I'm just checking it out. What do you recommend? What do you say? So this female kept interrupting and trying to tell me, this is nice, you must buy this, must buy this. I clearly showed my disdain. I clearly ignored her, and I looked at him. And he kind of maybe understood, and he said, just take your time, whatever you want to buy. And then he told her, sweetheart, can you go and get me something? And so she walked off. And then, I looked at him, and I was like, asked him information, and that was about it. Now, for a woman who I respected, who has a baby, I don't know. Many of you will say, oh, Loy, what about you? You had many women. Yeah, in my 20s, in my 30s, yes, I had many women. Yes, I was a playboy. Yes, I openly showed the girls I was dating. Today, maybe because I'm married, maybe because I've settled down, maybe because I have a kid. In my 40s, I have changed my way of life. But when I see a woman with, I don't know, in less than month and a half, three guys, three men with her daughter, I begin to think like, what kind of woman is this? Like, let's say, for example, you had to meet a guy and he's sleeping around. You'll be like, this guy is just fucking around. Yeah, you might say he's cool. But would you think of having your daughter or your sister marry him? You would say no. So for me, today I evaluate women or men in a way that someone who is looking at a family life. Okay? But for women, remember, a man can have sex with multiple partners but never get pregnant. A female, I mean, you're letting someone into your body. So, how many children do you want? And what kind of a man wouldn't mind a woman that goes around with multiple men? Now, agreed, maybe she's doing it for her livelihood, or maybe she's in bad times, or she's seeking security for herself and her child. But still, no. Anyway, I don't know about you. Maybe you're cool with it. Fine, good for you. After that day, I would just say, hi, how are you? Bye. I would never buy anything from a store. Before I'd even give her daughter something, I've totally stopped. So, what do you think about this? Let me give you another example. This this one is crazy. This is another Thai lady. She is married, and she came down here, and she was living with another guy. How I know is that was a time when I was searching for a girl to marry. So I found her through Thai Cupid. So later on I found out she was married. We tried to see if things work out between us. It didn't. So we just, okay, hi, how are you? Bye. And then I found out she lives with another man, which was, okay, fine, you're married, but you're staying with another guy. Fine. By the way, she has children. And if that was not shocking enough, one day, late night when I was driving, I found out that she was dressed up really sexy, like everything was showing, and she was with some tourist guy, and I was wondering, who the fuck is this? And then, Facebook always recommends a feed, and then I found she had a profile where she was with this guy, and this was supposed to be her boyfriend. Now remember, 3 guys. And then later on, I came to know that she is married to a guy here. So I was wondering, who is the guy she's married to, who she's dating, who is this guy? And if that was not crazy enough, finally she got, remember, she got married to a Thai guy. Finally, one day in, I think, 7-Eleven, yeah, she was talking to a guy. She was sitting there and talking. And I passed by. She didn't see me. She's sitting, on the seat next to the window, glass. They have these chargeable phones, and you can eat there and sit there, and, they don't mind you. So I was passing by, and I could see a guy, foreigner, that she was talking to. And, I love you. And wow. Okay. That's interesting. So, you get what I'm saying. 2 people, same examples. Now you'll be like, what about guys? Why guys are not doing? I'll give you examples of guys. Don't worry, it's coming. Number 3 was this female who is my client long time ago. She wanted to come to Dubai. She wanted to succeed. Okay, I'll not tell you from which part of India, others you'll start attacking that part of India. So she comes down to Dubai. And, getting a job is not easy. So obviously I was guiding her in the process. Finally, she did get a job, which I was very happy. And she not only got the job, I found out that, I had expected her to get a particular salary and position. She not only got that position, but she got more than that position, more than the salary. And she used to come and visit me time to time, and she used to come into my training circle. But every time she would come, I would see her dressing up more expensive. The handbag was expensive. or the shoes were expensive. I was like, wow, you're really doing well. And she's like, yeah, I'm working very hard and all that. Okay. This continued until one day I actually saw her buy a brand new car. Now, there is no bloody way you're going to earn in your first job and have enough money to buy a car. You don't get loans that easy. And it was a decent car. I think it was a Nissan, one of the cheaper models, was brand new. Very girly, this thing. And I was like, wow, you're doing really well. So something was fishy. And then I started to notice on her Facebook that she was going for holidays, business trips and holidays and exotic locations. And she was staying in five-star hotels because the name of the hotel, I would search and find out, like, fuck, there's something wrong. And I know you kind of got the hint. It was only when I confronted her and asked her, she kept denying. Finally, she told me that she's friendly with her boss. I was like, it's okay. And I questioned her, who's her boss? She didn't want to reveal. Until finally I came to know he is a family man. He is old enough to be like her father. She is young, very young. She is old enough to be his daughter. And that guy, his profile was open. He not only had a wife, he had daughters, he had sons, he had a big family. It's like, what the fuck? And keep this in mind. Now, you might say that they are consenting adults. Fine, totally fine. Do you even know that she stayed in their house and the wife and the family thought of her as a family friend? I was like, you're playing with fire. But the thing that baffled me the most was, this is a girl in her 20s, an Indian girl that comes from a very respectable family. How the fuck can you do it, man? I mean, and she never had a boyfriend, clean record, everything nice. I always thought very highly of her. And she's not going to marry the guy. She knows clearly she's not going to marry him. And when I did ask her, like, then what are you doing? She's like, I'm just enjoying my life. If I'm getting free money, free benefits, why shouldn't I? I mean, I didn't know what to say. So anyway, these were three females. Now let me move to the males. I'll just give you the name of this guy. His name is Shetty. He was from South India, Karnataka. I knew him from many years, very many years. The guy is old enough to be my grandfather. Okay? He was someone I used to always like. Imagine, he's my grandfather, so he's like, retired and he has his own business. I know him, I know his wife, I know his family, I know his kids. He got in touch with me through Facebook and we were just chatting and I was like, because he's elder to me and because I knew him right from the time I was a young boy, I call him uncle. I still call him uncle. Sir, uncle, how are you and all that? And he told me, you can just call me Shetty. But I was like, no, I prefer calling you sir, uncle. You're elder than me. I know you from childhood. Okay. And he obviously came to know of my colorful past and he found my YouTube channel. And to my surprise, I never expected this. He actually told me, yeah, you should enjoy life, man. Girls are fun and hot. And he was talking like, for a minute, I was like, am I talking to the same guy? And where I got a shock is when he told me he wants to come down to Thailand, Pattaya. And he wants to get girls and he wants to get one of the young chicks. He can sponsor her and he just wants to have like a fuck buddy. I didn't know how to react. I just kept quiet. I went to the flow. And finally, he told me, let me tell you a secret. I have already many girls I've been doing this with. I get these young girls, young, fresh girls who are in high school and, they have big dreams and, I call them here and they take care of me for a few months and I take care of them and have an apartments and, I keep them in the apartments. I couldn't believe my eyes. The guy is a grandfather. The guy is someone I looked up to. I just asked him, when did it start? Oh, Loy, this was always there, but I couldn't share with you. But today you're a man, I'm a man, we can share and talk. I was like, in a way, I was disappointed. I was like, come on, man. I don't know, either his testosterone is way too high or he's taking too much of Viagra. But I don't think that is a healthy way to live. But then again, it's his money, it's his life. I don't know what to say. But I didn't want to be in touch with him. I blocked him and deleted him. Finished. That was the end of it. I was not interested in all his chat about females hot fucking pussy and this and that and coming down here. And he said, I'll pay for your ticket. You come down. We can have a good time. Sorry, not interested. And last but not the least, a very famous model, very, very famous model, actor, whatever, male. He took my personal branding, this thing. He's known. He's pretty well known. He shocked me. He really shocked me because he's a well-known person. He has a wife, clean-cut image, well-to-do. I never thought that he had to indulge in giving his rear end to directors and producers. Means, even though he is a straight guy, he is in the closet, a gay, like is homosexual, and he has had sex with multiple directors. And he does that for casting opportunities. And I was like, what? Like, it came as a shock. And the reason why is because, I always had an amazing opinion about him. If I were to give you his name, I'm sure you'll Google, which I will not. And then he opened up about his dark side, where he's into this industry where they supply girls, they supply guys, drugs and this and that. And I was like, oh shit, man. Like, I knew the media industry was into this, but I didn't think you would be. Because he always keeps a clean-cut image. But then I realized that what he's doing is illegal, and I told him, I don't think we can keep in touch. I told him, Frank. He said, why? Is it because I told you all that? I said, yeah, exactly. He said, Loy, I never expected you to judge me. I said, not the question of judging. You're doing something that is not right. At least in my eyes. Maybe in countries where they allow girls below 18, fine. They allow them. That's a law. Consent is given. I'm not comfortable. And you're supplying girls. And you're doing all this weed and this and that. But you're showing a clean-cut image. I'm not into it. So, just imagine someone you admire and think is having a clean-cut image. That is why in the media industry, the glamour industry, I don't think there is a single person who is having a clean record. Whether it's Oprah with Epstein, and Harvey, what is his name? That guy who got Harvestein, whatever his name is. So she was kissing their cheek and hanging out with them, but she is known as a goody-goody two-shoes. So I think everyone has the evil side, but they don't show it. Anyway, for me, I'm not saying that I'm goody two-shoes, but what you see is what you get with me. I'll show you exactly. I'm not going to keep things in the closet. I don't know. I just can't do that. So that is why I've shared with you my imperfections right from day one. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Is this the reality of our world today? I'm sure it's nothing new, but I just see this getting more and more worse as time goes by. I don't know, they call it being modern. That is why I get shocked. I don't get shocked when I get young girls or young boys asking me, I want to do OnlyFans, I want a sugar mommy, It's even guys on my WhatsApp group just want to fuck and, who wants to get married and just enjoy and pump and dump, and I want to be like Andrew Tate and alpha male. Whatever floats your boat, my friend. Anyway, this is the life we live today. Let me know your thoughts. And given that we are in a day and age where OnlyFans is considered being enterprising, and we have women openly showing stuff on Instagram, TikTok, whether it's a bikini or whether it's their nudity or even their private parts, there's no shame, and we get guys and girls all acting like this. I think we are in disturbing times. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.